Hi guys, good night everyone. So today we need to learn math. So I will guide you to answer this question. So case study 1 is a classic application of the compound interest formula where we solve for different variable like principal, time and rate. The core formula for that governs all our calculation is S. This is a core formula, which means it's a main formula. So S equals to P 1 plus I powered by N. So what is S? S is a future value, which is a finite amount of the loan. P stands for principal, initial investment. I for periodic interest rate. So N is total number of periods. So first, let's establish the given variable for the scenario. So we need to read the question carefully because the question gives us, again, a lot of information. So we get the finite amount, which is S, nominal rate, known as a K, compounding, which is M. So the time is T. Yeah, that's all we can get from just read a question. So this allows us to calculate I and N. So what formula for I? I is I equal to K divided by M. So that after we divide the I and the K and M, so we get 0.01025. So how about N? How can we find N? N equals to M times T, which is 4 times 8. So the answer is 32 periods. So part A, finding the initial investment, which is T. In part A, we need to find how much Hakim initially invested, which is the principal P. So the original formula, we need to renovate it. Yeah, okay. So the original formula is S equals to P 1 plus I powered by N. So we need to find P. So we just renovate the formula. P equals to S divided by 1 plus I powered by N. So we get from the question, we get S, we get I, and so on. So we just put them into our formula. It's just so easy, man. So when we calculate the last answer, we get with P equals to 180,547.26 divided by 1.01025 powered by 32. Okay, first we calculate the compounding factor, which is 1.01025 raised to the power of 32, approximately 1.376887. So from that, P equals to 180,547.26 divided by 1.376887. So from that, we get the amount of the P, which is RM 131,120.00. So Hakim initially investment that amount. So we get the answer. So just put the information we get from the question into our formula. It's so easy. Sorry, the lamp was blackout. So for part B, we calculating the total interest earned, which is I. So this is the simplest step. Total interest is different between what we end up with S and when he started with P. So the formula to find interest is I equals to S minus P. So S we get from the information and P we just calculate from part A. So we need to carefully answer part A, because if we get wrong at part A and part B, we also get wrong. So we minus that, then we got I equals to RM 49,427.26. So that is the total interest earned. Okay, so guys, that's all for me. I'm very sorry. I hope you all lock in the answer and understand how to answer this question. Bye bye guys.
For the question 2, she missed 6 payments and only pays on the 7th month. Because of this, she cannot pay just 1 month. So she must pay all the 6 missed payments, including the interest that grew because she paid late, and also the current 7 payments. So all 7 payments are added together as one total amount. After calculating, the total payment need is RM 12,836.92. For the next question, she decides to settle the loan early, right after the 40th payment. The loan has 60 payments in total. Since 40 payments are already made, there are 20 payments still remaining. So to settle early, she only pay the outstanding balance, which means the value of the remaining payments at today's time. After calculation, the amount need to fully settle the loan is RM 32,130.70.
Okay, for the part D, in the final part, Hakim wants to hit 300,000 in only 5 years. We are solving for the unknown interest rate, I. We must first calculate the new N. S is equal to 300,000, P is equal to 131,120, so the T is 5 years. So the new N is 4 times 5 equals to 20 periods. So we isolate the term containing the interest rate, I plus 1 plus I to the power of N. So 1 plus I to the power of N equal to S per P. So 1 plus I to the power of 20 equal to 300,000 per 131,120. So we can get the answer is I equal to 0.042079. Next, the required quarterly periodic rate I is approximately 4.21%. So nominal actual rate K is, we can use the formula I equals to K per M. So K is 0.042079 equals to I per M. So the M is 4. After we calculate, we can conclude that the required nominal annual interest rate K is 16.83%. First, Ahmad is making regular scheduled deposits. This is an annuity. Second, the money is withdrawn and invest as a single lump sum. This is standard compound interest. Step 1. Future value of the annuity. Ahmad saves 500 every 3 months or 5 years. The interest rate is 4%. Compound quarterly. This means our compounding frequency M is 4. The periodic interest rate I is 4% or 0.01. The total number of periods N is 5 years. Multiply by 4 quarters per year or 20 periods. The first of all, future value. S equals to R 1 plus I n minus 1 divided by I. So S equals by 500, 1 plus 0 plus 01, 20 minus 1 divided by 0.01. So we can get S equals to 500 multiplied by 22.019. So our S is 11,009.50 cents. So after 5 years, the total save is RM 11,009.50 cents. Step 2, compound interest. Immediately after the last deposit, his daughter take half this amount. P equals 11,009.50 divided by 2 equals to 5,504.75 cents. She invests this lump sum at ABC Bank at 6% compound monthly for 2 years. The new periodic rate I is 6% or 0.005. The new number of period N is 2 years. Multiplied by 12 months or 24 periods. Final amount S equal to P 1 plus I N. So it can be S equal to 5,504.75 cents. 1 plus 0.004, 24. So the S final is 6,204.73 cents. So the final amount in the ABC Bank account is 6,204.73 cents.
So hi guys, I will be continue to guide you all to answer this question. So Rabiatul problem is about managing a loan. The first step is finding the loan principal. So before we need to answer this question, we need to read the question first, because the question give us a lot of information. From the question we read, we can get amount of the cost, which is 100,000, and the trade-in is 20,000. So the loan principal, which is A, we need to minus the cost and the trade-in, so we get the total of loan principal is 80,000. The loan payment, which is up, is 1779.56, and the rate is 12. Compounded monthly, our periodic rate, which is I, is 12% divided by 12, or we can use a 0.01. So the first question, we need to find the number of monthly payments, which is N. So we will use the present value of annuity formula, as we know the loan amount, which is A, that we need to minus the cost and the trade-in, that the A amount, the loan amount, and need to find the N. For the formula is 1 equals to R, bracket, 1 minus 1 plus I, powered by negative N, divided by I. So, for the question, for the information that we get from the question, we need to apply it to our formula, which is we get the A amount, the R amount, and so on. So, we apply it from formula, it will be 80,000 equals to 1779.56 times by 1 minus bracket 1.01 root by negative N divided by 0.01. We will switch the place and so on, and the answer will be bracket 1.01 root by negative N equals to 0.55045. So how about next? We need to use log in this question. We need to put log in the both side. So the answer will be negative N log bracket 1.01 equals to log bracket 0.55045. So we put that in the calculator and we get negative N bracket 0.00432 equals to negative 0.25928. So we adjust the place and we get the N equals to negative 0.25928 divided by negative 0.00432 and put them in the calculator, and we get the final answer, which is N equals to 60 payments. Yeah, okay, bye bye.
In this part, we look at what happens when the borrower misses 6 payments and only makes the payment on the 7th month. When a payment is missed, it does not disappear. Each missed payment adds interest because it was not paid on time. So, on the 7th month, the borrower must pay all 6 missed payments, including the interest and the 7th month's payment. To find the total amount, we use the future value formula for annuities with N equal to 7. After putting the value into the formula, the total amount the borrower has to pay on the 7th month is RM 12,836.92 cents. In this part, we calculate how much the borrower needs to pay if they want to settle the loan early, right after they finish the 40th payment. The full loan has 60 payments. If 40 have been paid, then there are 20 payments left. To settle early, we find the present value of these remaining 20 payments. This amount is called the outstanding balance. Using the present value formula, we calculate that the total to settle the loan after the 40th payment is RM 32,113.70 cents. This means the borrower must pay RM 32,113.70 cents to fully settle the loan.